Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you've been paying close attention to the Falcons offseason, you know that the team has been making some strategic moves, trying to build a roster that can challenge for serious postseason success. But what really caught everyone's attention recently is the signing of quarterback Ben DiNucci. Yes, you heard right. The journeyman QB, who's been bouncing around the league since he entered the NFL in 2020, has now found a new home with Atlanta. And trust me, this isn't just a roster filler move. It's a move filled with potential, especially considering the circumstances surrounding the team's current quarterback situation. So, let's break it down. DiNucci, a 28-year-old quarterback with a background that includes stints with the Dallas Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, and the Buffalo Bills, has had a bit of a roller coaster ride in the league. His NFL journey started in 2020 when he was drafted in the 7th round by the Cowboys. That rookie season, he played in 3 games and started 1, showing flashes of potential, but also revealing that he still has room to develop at the highest level. Since then, he's been somewhat of a football nomad, spending time with different organizations, chasing that elusive stable spot on a roster. Most recently, he signed a futures contract with the New Orleans Saints, but with the team drafting another quarterback and other roster moves, his chances of sticking there just weren't enough. Now, why did the Falcons pick him up? Well, the timing couldn't be better, especially given the current state of their quarterback room. Michael Penix Jr. and Kirk Cousins, the presumed starters, won't be taking the field in the upcoming preseason finale. Coach Raheem Morris confirmed this during an interview, revealing that Emory Jones is also in concussion protocol. This opens a window for DiNucci to showcase his skills during practice, and potentially in the game against Dallas, which adds a layer of intrigue for fans. It's not just about filling a roster spot. It's about giving a guy like DiNucci a real shot to compete for the third-string quarterback position, especially now that the team has waived Emory Jones with an injury designation after his concussion. And let's not forget, this game against Dallas will give DiNucci a unique chance to face his former team. That's always a storyline that fans love, seeing players go up against their old squads, trying to prove they belong at this level. It's a perfect stage for him to make an impression, even if it's just in the preseason. The Falcons are clearly giving him this opportunity to show what he can do, especially over the next few days of practice leading up to the game. With Jones in concussion protocol, DiNucci will probably get a lot of reps, and if he impresses, it could cement his spot on the depth chart. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with DiNucci's playing style, he's known for his mobility and his ability to extend plays outside the pocket. Coming out of Pitt and James Madison, he demonstrated a good arm and some athleticism that could be useful in a Falcons offense that values versatility and creative playmaking. His NFL stats may be limited, but the potential is there. The Falcons are looking to develop their young talent, and signing a guy like DiNucci provides that extra layer of competition and experience in the quarterback room. In terms of the bigger picture, this signing fits into Atlanta's broader strategy of building a competitive roster with an eye toward the future. They've already made some key additions this offseason, and now, with DiNucci's arrival, they're adding depth at a critical position. Remember, the NFL is all about having quality options, especially at quarterback, because injuries and unexpected situations happen all the time. Having a guy like DiNucci on the roster gives the Falcons a little more peace of mind, knowing they have someone who can step in if needed, without the team being thrown into chaos. And speaking of the wider roster, the Falcons also recently released wide receiver DJ Chark. That move was part of the ongoing roster adjustments, as the team tightens its squad ahead of the regular season. Chark, who was signed late last month, was a promising addition, but with the final cut deadlines approaching and the roster spots needing to be finalized, the team had to make some tough decisions. Chark now looks to catch on elsewhere, but for the Falcons, it's all about finding that balance between experience and youth, between proven talent and potential upside. Looking at the Falcons' overall outlook, they're still in a good position. The team has been steadily building around their core, and the addition of DiNucci, along with other roster moves, reflects an understanding that depth at quarterback is crucial. The NFC South is always competitive, and last season showed how tight the division races can be. The Falcons are aiming to take a step forward, and every move they make now is about setting themselves up for success in the upcoming season. It's also worth mentioning how this move ties into the team's recent offseason review. The Falcons have been trying to find the right mix of players who can compete and develop together. Their draft picks, free agent signings, and roster cuts all point to a calculated effort to build a team that can contend. Signing DiNucci might seem like a minor move on the surface, but behind the scenes, it's a strategic step to bolster their quarterback room and prepare for all contingencies. Now, fans, I want to highlight the importance of this signing for the team's developmental trajectory. It's not just about the preseason or the immediate game. It's about having options, about giving young players like DiNucci a platform to prove themselves. If he performs well in practice, and in that game against Dallas, it could open doors for him to stay with the Falcons as the third-string quarterback, or even push for more if an opportunity arises. This is part of the ongoing process of building a resilient, competitive team that can withstand the ups and downs of a long NFL season. And let's not forget, the Falcons' coaching staff, led by Raheem Morris, has shown that they value competition and performance. They're not just handing out roster spots, they want guys who can earn their place through effort and skill. This signing embodies that philosophy. It's about giving players like DiNucci a shot, and if he seizes that chance, it could be a story worth following throughout the season. Looking ahead, the Falcons are positioning themselves for a promising season. They've got a talented roster, and with strategic moves like this, they're trying to fill in the gaps. Their offensive line, their receivers, and their defensive unit are all in place to support a strong campaign. The quarterback position, always under the spotlight, now has an interesting new element with DiNucci in the mix. It's a storyline that fans should keep an eye on because, at the end of the day, every single player on that roster has a part to play in the team's success or failure. Now, as we approach the preseason finale, all eyes will be on that game and on how DiNucci performs. Will he impress enough to snag that third-string spot? Will he show enough leadership and skill to keep the coaching staff's attention? These are questions that only time and his performance can answer. But one thing is for sure, this move highlights the Falcons' commitment to building a deep, competitive roster that can handle whatever challenges the season throws at them. And of course, the fans are the real winners here. Every move, every signing, every cut is part of the journey toward a potential playoff run, maybe even a deep postseason push. The NFC South is always a battleground, but the Falcons are making their moves to emerge as a dominant force once again. With the addition of DiNucci, they're adding another piece to that puzzle, a piece that could turn out to be crucial when the games matter the most. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this signing? Do you see DiNucci making a real push for that third-string role, or is this just a temporary fill-in? How do you feel about the team's overall direction heading into the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. We love engaging with you and sharing your insights because, at the end of the day, this is a team and a passion that unites us all. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest from Atlanta. So stay tuned, keep supporting your Falcons, and let's keep this conversation going. This team is on the rise, and every move they make is another step closer to achieving greatness. Thanks for watching, and as always, rise up, Falcons fans.